Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Eric Restivo, and let's queer up gay culture. Honoring Brett Tannenbaum's legacy of love and community. On Sunday, August 3rd, the LGBTQ community gathered at the Venue Fort Lauderdale to celebrate the life and legacy of Brett Tannenbaum, who passed away peacefully on July 30th at the age of 57. Born on December 13th, 1967 in Hollywood, Florida, Brett lived a life marked by bold decisions, unforgettable stories, and remarkable business accomplishments. His impact over the past 2 decades was felt most vividly through his work with the Venue Fort Lauderdale, a cornerstone of the local LGBTQ+ scene that Brett helped grow into a community treasure. He is survived by his beloved spouse of 22 years, Roby Tannenbaum, and his devoted brothers, Ross and Eric. Brett now rests near his cherished mother, Muriel. Those who knew Brett remember a man of vision, warmth, and humor. Together with Roby, he built not only a beautiful life, but also a legacy of generosity, supporting families, charities, and the wider Fort Lauderdale community. His absence will be felt deeply, and he will be missed entirely. Rest in peace and power, Brett. Wow, this is an honor and also extremely upsetting to read at the same time. We were just talking about how one of the last times we were both at the venue, we were sharing a stage together, hosting Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars was the last time
and then
you were there,
and then
we did something together.
We did
for I think it was.
I feel like it was Wilton Collect. Yeah, something. But it's. Just think of all of the events and the memories that take place in that room. I know that I jumped on social media and it was flooded with posts for Brett. So it's really lovely to see the community come together. Rest in peace and power.
You know, and like you said, so many different events are there, right?
Yeah.
And everybody was talking about that. I was blessed to join the memorial on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. I don't get up early for nobody, but I did it for you because it was important for me to be there, Brett. And to see that venue, that room, filled with at least 600 people at 10 in the freaking morning, okay? Was just like, wow, this man really left an imprint on people, you know? And then my second thought was, oh, Brett would be so mad that we were all making such a fuss over him because like most people didn't even know he was the venue owner. He wasn't that kind of a guy that you just knew, you know? He made it a point to blend in. He wanted to, you know? Roby, his partner, is the more outgoing kind of like fun and sassy kind of guy, you know? And just like their love together. I mean, they found each other back in 2008 and his family, they all said that it was because of his spouse that elongated his life, you know? People don't know that Brett was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at like 6 years old. Wow. And he was given a life expectancy of 20 years. Okay? He died at 57, 58.
Amen.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And yet he touched all these lives along the way. He owned a Coliseum. Mm-hmm. Coliseum was the first place I took my top off. Was it the first place you took your top off? You know what I
mean? Yes, it was.
Take me back there.
2003 Jamal. Yes, it was.
You know, I mean.
And it's been off since that day.
So, I mean, Brett will rest in peace and rest in power and knowing, you know. And like you said, he's with his mom. He's with his dad that also succumbed to the same disease at a very, very early age in his 50s as well. Yeah. You know, I mean, his legacy is Roby. His legacy is the venue. His legacy is the fact that we all have childhood mini gay memories of Coliseum.
Yeah. But just think about this, you know, how many organizations and businesses that this man must have touched in his career. Because I'll tell you, when I go back and I look at it, I mean, the chorus too, you know, has also performed at the venue and has done stuff there. So I know we had a bunch of people there that were at the memorial as well, you know, celebrating his life. And that's really what it's about. It's like, what an accomplishment for a man who had a disability at a young age and go and to inspire a large community and bring people together. And that's the legacy that I want to leave, you know.
Yes.
So,
and absolutely. You are, honey.
Well, thanks.
And you are, okay? But I need you for some extra years, so don't be talking about that anymore. Gil, representative like this, important to our community?
Absolutely important. Like I always like to say, the pillars of our community come from the individuals who are willing to not just give back to their community, but also are able to build something sustainable in their community. And obviously, we all know the venue. So frankly, he did a lot with his short life on earth, and he can definitely rest in power.
I love that. Amen. And that is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.